Hey, what's up, y'all? Laugh a little bit because I got this shiny thing going on. But anyways, um, what's up, y'all? Uneducated Yogi with One Family Investing, where we gain knowledge, y'all. Yeah, we do. We make moves on investments. Yes, we do. And we meet like-minded people. Okay, so that's what we do. We invest, we learn, we profit. That's what we about. Um, if you go to this website, onefamilyinvesting.podia.com, you get to sign up. Look at that. You get to sign up for this. You get an email. Not right now because I gotta go back and like straighten all that out. But sign up though because I'm about to be putting them emails out here soon. Uh, I've been MIA, as y'all can see. I don't like this. It's been too many days since I gave y'all some fire. I was gonna give you like this boring educational thing, but in this video, I'm actually gonna give you some nice picks if you feel like investing. This is not financial advice. I'm not one of them. I don't want to. Don't come at me, but I'm gonna show you something, and the reason why I'm picking what I'm picking and telling you why I'm telling you. All right. So, a couple things. Oh yeah. So MIA. And I'm standing up right now. I'm not sitting down because I can't sit down. My tailbone hurt too much. I messed my back up, y'all. Anybody had a back spasm before? This shit is not cool. I just gotta say that. I was gonna try not to cuss as long as I could on this channel, but it came out. This shit is not cool. Okay? You can't sit down. You can barely lay down properly. I got a heat pad on my back. I can't let the video go too much lower because I look foolish. I got some tied scarf around me. I look like I don't know, man. It's all messed up. But I'm here because I want to deliver something. So let's get into it. So I want to talk about one of my picks, or some picks that are doing fairly well right now. So as y'all remember this guy, his name is Jeremy. Welcome, Jeremy. Um, I have some stocks that I just picked up. I can't remember if I shared this one with y'all. So there's this SoFi right here, right? SoFi. So SoFi is doing pretty dang good for me right now. Y'all see this seven right here? This seven was a 3 or 4, I think, the other day. And I just recently, let's see if I can trade order status. So I just recently bought some SoFi. I filled an order for three stocks. I forget what is that, the stock, or anyways, shares. 3 shares. That's what I'm like. That's not the stock. The stock is the SoFi part. The shares. So I bought 3 shares with a limit order of 12.30. Okay. So what's cool about this is, it's around 12.40 right now. Um, so within a day, it's already going up. So what's cool about this is when I bought this one, it was it was at 12.70 something, and I only had this much amount that can buy it at 12.30 in my account. So instead of allowing myself to just buy the 3 stocks, it was 12.72. If I had another like $2 in my account, I would have just bought it straight out. But here's what's cool. I just did this test in front of my friend. I was like, well, I'll buy some more. I had 36.90 in my account. Let's see if I was gonna act like I was gonna buy this. Yeah, let's do that. Order. So so far. So this is what I did. So action, you go to buy. I put 3. And at the time it was 12.72. So it would have cost me 38.16. Not bad. I didn't have that. I didn't have that. What I had was 36.90 in my account. Exactly 36.90. So my I don't know where y'all from. I'm gonna say my dumb ass. But what I did was, instead of like just waiting till I put more money in. I want to show a friend, hey, no, this is what's cool about, knowing what you're doing. I put it at 1230. I had exactly that much amount. That's why my account is at perfectly zero now. 0000. Oh, there it is right here. See, 00. So I put my stop loss here, and I didn't know if it was going to go that low. And it was only on a day trade. Like, it was basically like, if it didn't go that day, then, end it. And then I put on reinvest dividends. You see this right here? This reinvest dividends. So, because it's just smart to reinvest your dividends. So I put that on, I left, and then come back. And, I came back that evening. I didn't even remember that I put the order in, because it was kind of like it ain't going to go 40 cents down, for no reason, you know what I'm saying? But hey, look what happened. It went 40 cents down. But I did go look at the chart. I'm not going to lie. I had an inkling that it could have went down, but I didn't know. I didn't know for sure. So, let me see. Chart. So when you're looking at a chart, so I went, and this was on my phone. Kind of sucked on my phone. I want to. Does it have? Okay. So the 1 day. Well, from here. Okay, there it is. Okay, so. Indicators, no. So we want to look at it as candlesticks. So what I did is I came in here, and I can read patterns. So this stuff I'll be teaching y'all a little bit later, going over what it means. But basically, these things are called candlesticks. I'm not going to go into details. I know how to read them. So I came in here, and then I looked at where that day was. Is this a day chart? Just 1 day. Okay. So it's like if I was looking at this. Ooh, you see this down here? Ooh, that's called a wick. It's at around 1247. Okay, anyways. So how this pattern looks, there's a good chance for certain things to happen. I'm not going to go over that right now because this is not a video for that. But I went in here, I looked, and I was like, oh, okay, well, it can possibly go down that low. But how it was looking, it didn't look like it can go down that low on that day. So I left, I came back, and that's what happened. And so that's a good pick. Again, no financial advice, but SoFi right now is a hot pick. And I'm going to back that up with a professional who y'all know. Again, Jeremy. So it just happened to be funny. Like, he came out with a video, and I didn't see this. Like, I've been had SoFi, so I saw this a day ago, and then it says SoFi and PayPal just changed everything, and I was like, oh, that's so tight. So let's release something on a good pick for y'all. Okay, so here we go. Just check this out. Let's listen to what Jeremy has to say. He's with Financial Education. I listened to him just to. Listen to people in the market in the game, so to speak. It's like if I'm a basketball player, I want to be knowing how other players are. Well, actually, not in basketball so much, but if I want to be in the same gym as those people, like the top people in basketball. If I want to get better, I don't want to be in a gym with people who is like just starting out so much, because it's not going to make me better. So I follow other people in the game for that reason, right? And Jeremy, he seems to be like, an intelligent person. So here we are. So let's hear what he has to say real quick about SoFi and PayPal.
Got a lot to get through in this one. SoFi. Let's talk SoFi first. Monumental things just happened in regards to SoFi. Here we go. SoFi. So first off, in terms of non-GAAP EPS, they beat by 3 cents. Boom. We got a beat already. Revenue, they also beat. They beat by $32 million than what analysts were expecting. Adjusted EBITDA was up 46% to a record $210 million in the quarter. Fee-based revenue is taking off like a rocket ship right now. Fee-based revenue was up a whopping, flipping flapjacking, 67% in the quarter. Incredible. To a record $315 million. Member growth was up 34% to a record 10.9 million members. They call them members. I just call them customers. And as more and more of these folks continue to flock over to SoFi, as I've always told you guys in regards to SoFi, this is just such a well-positioned company to attract millennials, Gen Z, and then as Gen Alpha ages and eventually gets bank accounts, things like that, they're going to be so well positioned for that generation. That will be the generation they're actually the most well positioned for out of all of them, right?
Oh, this is a legit reaction video. Yeah, I didn't know. Yeah, no, that's a good way to think about that. Yeah, because online is like the future, and as these new kids are coming, they're gonna want they're not gonna even think about a physical bank. They're just gonna be looking for the next thing I could just have on my phone real quick, and I could just go do my thing. And yeah, no, that's a good point. And a lot of what he's talking about, these are good to know because this is what we do. We research companies, and that's how we know the growth of the company. So SoFi is actually known as a growth stock. There's growth stocks, there's dividend stocks, and value stocks. And SoFi, as you see, it's a dividend stock as well. And I'm going to show another video to share how important dividends are. Okay.
For the full year 2025, management now expects to deliver adjusted net revenue of $3.23 to $3.31 billion, which is $35 million higher than the prior guidance range. That's phenomenal. So they're basically expecting next quarter, because there's all these worries about like, oh, these companies, they're just reporting a good last quarter, right? But now that everything's gone crazy in March and April, watch out. The April, May, June quarters, the guidances are going to be bad. SoFi's like, we're looking at our business. We're seeing what's going on. Things are better than we anticipated. Better. Not worse. Better. Not the same. Better than they had anticipated. That is phenomenal. This implies 24 to 27% annual growth versus 23 to 26% in the prior estimates that they were talking about. So they're ahead of where the experts, the analysts that cover these stocks, they're ahead of where they thought, and they're ahead of where they thought, the management team thought. That's incredible. Management also expects adjusted EBITDA of $875 million to $895 million. Listen, if they're guiding for that, they're probably going to do something with a 9 in front of it. That's my hunch, okay? Above prior guidance of 845 to 865. This represents an incremental EBITDA margin of 27%, consistent with our long-term investment philosophy. SoFi expects GAAP net income of $320 to $330 million, above prior guidance of $285 to $305. So you look here, even their lower range is $3.
Okay, so I'm gonna go off of this one. I gotta learn what EBITDA is again. I went over it before, not on the channel, but for me. And this is why we watch other, like people who's been in the game for a long time. He's been in the game for 16 years. And this is what's cool about y'all coming here because, well, one, you're going to see an authentic person. We're going to grow together, and you're going to know that I'm not lying to you because everything I'm doing and saying, I'm like doing it right now, and you're going to see the growth of it or not, right? And I'm going to be live until like this account at least gets to 100,000. And this is already in my mind. So if you want to stay with me on this journey, I would appreciate it. It's just, love there, but you don't have to. I'm presenting people because, I don't expect it, but hey, it'll just be cool. But you can go to somebody like Jeremy's channel and just learn stuff. But I'll be bringing a lot of other stuff. We have different niches, so to speak. But you can see how dope SoFi is. They're even to them their guidance range, whatever this this part was, the 24 to 27, and they thought it was going to be 23 to 26. That 1% difference, what's 1% of a billion, right? So when we're talking about these big numbers, that 1% is a huge number. As far as currency goes. So they're higher than what they even expected with their Q1 estimates, quarter one estimates. Okay, so we're gonna go off of him. The full video is gonna be in the link in the description. You guys check it out if you like. But I watched the whole thing of these. This one was more of a reaction video. I'm gonna finish watching this one, and what I do is I extrapolate all the good juice out of it that I can find for beginner traders and traders, who just want to go a little bit more deep into understanding like how the industry works, investment industry works. So that's one video. Actually, we can probably just end it here. I'll put out a video either tonight or tomorrow about why dividends are important. Here's a little preview. I retired in my 30s and now living off passive income. And she gives a strategy on how to calculate dividends and, how she's living off. She has a nice lifestyle. I watched most of this one already. She has a nice lifestyle and she's living off her dividends. And multiple investors are doing this. I just found this one because it's good that she's not somebody famous and crazy, just another person like you and me. But all these people are saying it, and I have dividend stocks in my private portfolio, and I'm telling you, they keep coming. I've reinvested a lot of dividends already, and they just keep coming. It's so nice, right? So then we're gonna come up with a strategy. One family investing, we're gonna come up with a strategy to where I'll be able to show y'all that okay, this was a strategy that I put together to have $500 every quarter, or we're gonna do it that way. So then we'll be doing a dividend plan, a dividend strategy. So again, I think that's going to be it for this video. We're at about 16 minutes. I don't want these videos to be too long. And I got some other stuff later then. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, I want you to do me a favor. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to like, and I want you to subscribe to my channel. Why? Because once I get to 50 subscribers, I can go live. Okay? All I need is 50. I think it'd be better for me to go live, And well, actually, it's just my goal. It's not better or worse. I'm doing this, and it's seeming to be enjoyable. So I have about 10 subscribers. I just need 40. You could be the next one. Subscribe, like, do all that stuff. I didn't know I was going to be one of those people saying that, but I am now. And comment, ask some questions in the joint below, in the comment section below. What else? I think that's it. That's it for me. Again, one family investing. .podia.com. Look at that. Look at that. You can put your name, you can put your email, and then we can just be connected. That's so cool. Okay. I appreciate y'all for watching this, especially if you got this far. You didn't have to. Y'all could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. All right. Love and peace.